Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Valentine's Day Giveaway 2026. This is Bible Action Math, and we have 11 $55 prizes available with a due date of February 13, 2026 at noon Eastern Standard Time. Around $5,000 have been given away so far on this channel from August 16 until January 30th, around $1,000 per month. And there have been about 147 different winners so far. The average person's total payout so far is 5,000 divided by 147, around $34. A lot of these people won more than once. Some of them won 3 or 4 times. So that's how it worked. And this average is only based on the people who won. So there have been some people who have entered and still have not won because they were not randomly selected, or possibly they made mistakes or something like that. So areas where people have won so far: Australia, Canada, France, Ghana, India, Ireland, Netherlands, Nigeria, Philippines, South Africa, United Kingdom, USA, and then Africa in general. So for Valentine's Day Giveaway 2026, again, we'll have 11 winners selected randomly from the entries that follow the rubric, and each winner will be rewarded $55. When there are fees involved, I try to pay the fees, at least some of them. And there are a lot of different ways that I send money to people. On this channel, we do math problems related to the Bible. And I'm not really pushing a religion. I like math problems, and I like using the Bible to make it interesting for me and some of you. So today's topic is about love because of Valentine's Day, and I'm using 1 Corinthians 13. So this is the New International Version. It says, "If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels." So then I want to get my interlinear, and this is from the New Testament. For example, tongues is glow, seis, and then of men is anthropon. And then of angels is angelon. So most people have heard of Los Angeles, angelon. And then we have this word for love, which is agapein. Agapein. A lot of people have heard of agape, but the ain is a special ending. And then here they call it however, but sometimes it just means but, B-U-T. Have not, and then I'll go back to NIV, the NRSV. "If I speak in the tongues of mortals and of angels, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge." And so let me go back to here. So in the original language, mysteries, mysteria, and then knowledge is gnosin or gnosin. And well, that's a loaded word, I think. "And if I have all faith so as to remove mountains," that's going to be one of our keywords today. "But do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away all my possessions, and if I hand over my body so that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind, love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends, but as for prophecies, they will come to an end. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will come to an end. For we know only in part, and we prophesy only in part. But when the complete comes, the partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became an adult, I put end to childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then we will see face to face. Now I know only in part, then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known. And now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, and the greatest of these is love." The key words I want to focus on today are going to be ore, mountains, and love, I already got, bane. And then thirdly, they say mirror in verse 12. And here it is, a glass, a soap true, a soft true. And that one looks like it was only used in the New Testament, a soft true, twice. A soft tro and a soft true. This time it's true. I think that's genitive. And then you have tro as in James at his natural face in a mirror. All right, so let's get back to the math problem. And we're going to talk about the rubric. So in order to be eligible to win, you need to turn in your mountain sketch by February 13, 2026 at noon Eastern Standard Time. You will be putting it in the Google form, which is in the comments and the description of the video. Each person can win a maximum of one Valentine's Day 2026 prize. So you can tell your friends, but they have to do it themselves. Everybody needs to have their own email account. So unfortunately, you cannot use your email account to upload theirs because it pretty much looks like it's the same person. And there must be at least 5 lines on your mountain drawing or line segments and no errors found. I'm going to check at least 1 line per winner, but maybe not all of them. You have to be at least 18 in a permitted country, no Russia or North Korea. If you don't know if your country's okay, just look it up online. And your work has to be drawn by hand, no computer drawn lines or work seen. So I know some of you guys have tablets. I just want this to be done on paper and then scanned and uploaded into the Google form. And we've done the scanning and uploading thing before, and it worked well. Now here are the nice to have things for the more advanced people. If you can figure out a way to make your mountain 3D, that would be interesting. And if you can have symmetry, that would be interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and explain an example of this story. It said something about if I can move mountains. Remember? So if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, and a lot of people like mountains, and I wanted to look at the word faith also. Piston, 55 occurrences in the Englishman concordance, but Strong's got 243, so it's a lot. It's used a lot. So if I have the faith to move a mountain, or mountains plural, but have not love, it means nothing. So I need to get a straight edge. I'm going to use the back of my phone. And I'm thinking about this. This is where I'm making my mountain. Okay. So right here is the origin. And remember, this is an ordered pair. You have X and Y usually. X is the sideways number of units from the origin, and Y is the vertical number of units from the origin. Origin. That's what we call it in the United States. And they probably call it other things in other places. But I'm thinking about mountains, okay? So I'm just drawing a pretty mountain. See the mountain that's pretty right there? And then, because I used to live near mountains. So far I would have 2 line segments. I think maybe I'll go up here. 1, 2, 3. You have to have at least 5. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to have another big one like this. Okay. All right. But I also have pins. And see, it's messy right there. It's allowed to be messy if you want. But while I'm doing this, I'm thinking about love. That's kind of optional for this. You don't have to think about love. Okay, so mine's messy. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line segments. Gonna label them. You have to put the equations. All right. So let me go put that on the slideshow. Slideshow, rubric. Okay. You have to have the equations, you guys. Okay. So this spot is 0, 6. I'm just going to make these dots be in ones. And some of you guys have dots and some of you don't. All right. Mine's, see how I have dots? That's nice. You don't have to have dots. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that spot is 3, 9. And then 7, 8. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But what if you're terrible at math? You can ask AI to help you. It might mess up, but you have to do as much as you can by yourself. All right. Okay. 14, 15, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. So these are not entire lines, but each of these is from a different line. A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So A goes from 0, 6 to 3, 9. Right? And now let's make it a little bit pretty. See how pretty it is? It's kind of pretty, right? All right. So if you study lines, you could think of 6 as B and Y equals mx plus B. So we know if you want to do it in slope-intercept form, B is 6. Now to get the slope, I can do rise over run. I rise from here to there. I rise 1, 2, 3. I run 1, 2, 3. Rise over run is 1. So y equals x plus 6. Keep watching and I'll show you other ways to do it. So I'm thinking about love because I feel like it. I don't know what little b is this time, but I know it's going to be up here somewhere. No, not 10 necessarily, but somewhere around 10. Okay. So I've got from 3, 9 to 7, 8. Something's bothering me a little. Let's go back here. You need to have at least 5 line segments. From different lines. This problem, as usual, it's differentiated. So on the last one, actually, I want to restrict x from 0 to 3. So 0 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 3. On that last one, some of you guys don't want to do that, and that's okay. All right, this one, I'm going to do another way. Point slope form of a line. Y minus 9 equals m times x minus 3. But m is rise over run, even though it's -1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. But you can also do this type of thing. Slope 8 minus 9 is -1. 7 minus 3 is 4. So right there. And I'm leaving it in point slope form because I'm allowed to. So remember back to 1 Corinthians, it says, it does not insist on its own way. So I'm going to be flexible. So from 7, 8 to 10, 10, we don't know little b, so I'm going to do it another way. This is x, this is y. Okay. And slope is 10 minus 8 over 10 minus 7, which is 2 over 3. So 8 equals 2/3 times 7 plus b. 8 is 14 over 3 plus b. So 24 over 3 minus 14 over 3 equals b. So b is 10 over 3. So it's y equals 2/3 x plus 10 over 3. All right. So I already showed you in slope intercept form when you know b, point slope form when you don't know little b, and then I did a fancy way even though you don't know b. There are other ways too, but that should get you started. Now, this one is not three-dimensional and it's not symmetric. Those things are nice to have. So I'm going to go ahead and do the optional symmetry. And now I'm thinking about the mirror stuff. Remember that? For now, we see in a mirror dimly, but then we will see face to face. So we're going to see in this mirror. And the math professors will be real happy if you know what symmetry is, because some people just don't get it. So we have a line of symmetry right here. The equation is x equals 15. This point is the same distance from the line of symmetry as that point. This one, I think it's right here. You see what I'm doing? I'm making it symmetric. And then you can continue the symmetry. So this is the Valentine's Day video. I hope everything makes sense. I know I didn't explain the math completely. This is really easy for a lot of people. I did not show 3 dimensions, but you can. If you know how to make 3 dimensions, that would be really cool. And so some of you guys who are more advanced than others, maybe you can show us in 3 dimensions. And one way is to have your axes like that. So for the advanced people. And that concludes the video. I just wanted to remind you that entries are due by February 13. Also, I have giveaways every Saturday. The Saturday giveaways are related to college algebra. And I try to give away 2 $50 prizes and 7 $7 prizes. So watch my other videos about that. And everybody have a great day.